Yo, what's up, guys? This is RONEK here at Got No Control, and today I'm standing with one of the guys behind the vision here in Orange County. How you doing today, brother?
Good. How are you?
I want to thank you for the tour. We're about to walk in, check it out. Come check it out with us. Take us around and check it out. Let's go in there.
That's one. Or you following all through?
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, we're all there's still some artists that I guess maybe. Oh, here is actually Julian. Hey.
Hermano, how you doing, brother?
He's also the second member of the Vision.
So tell me a little bit about the festival. How did the idea come about, and like what were those early days looking like when you were putting this together?
I think we were just trying to do first bring it back to like how it was, more intimate, more everybody talking with everybody.
There used to be a festival.
Yes.
Yeah, it used to be a festival called James Music. It was every year for the last 10 years. It was essentially a lot of all the Orange County tattoo shops would get together on an annual basis, meet at the Orange County Festival. There was music, it was fun, it was great. Everyone looked forward to that. And they looked forward to it not only because it was fun, but it was also a time and an opportunity to meet other artists, right, in the area who were just literally down the street. After COVID, that didn't happen. And after COVID, we waited for someone to step up and bring something back like that because it's desperately needed. Probably it was 2 years ago, we had an opportunity to help somebody who was going through that. It didn't go through, and so we looked at the situation. We talked to a bunch of the local tattoo artists. We kind of talked to collectors as well, and we're like, you know what, we don't know. Maybe there's no need here for this, but we don't know. But we do know that we do want to bring all of the artists together in one place that we can look forward to, build the bond between us, and then also, service the community. So last November, we just took the chance. We just found a spot who would trust in us, and asked a few of our dedicated local tattoo artists to join, and we're always very appreciative of them. And it was a great success. We found that there is a market, number one, for tattoos, despite what everybody says. And then we also know that the artists are looking for that bond, or that they want to look forward to something, right? And so last November we did that, and we were able to bring in a whole bunch of collectors and to meet the local tattoo artist, and everyone walked away. There's three goals that we have, right? The first goal is to make sure that the artists are seeing a return on their booth costs, right? One of the things we hate is we go to a lot of conventions today, and they're pretty expensive, and that's not a problem as long as you can see a return on that. So that was our main goal, is that the artists see a return on their investment. Second goal was that they met new clients, right? Doesn't make sense if we're all kind of getting together and we're not building our business, right? So, and then the third one is that they're able to meet others in the industry, build a bond. We see a lot of shops that are literally down the street and they don't even talk to each other. And it's not because any of that. It's just we're in our daily grind, and so as long as we hit those three things, as a group, that was our main goal, and I think that we did that last November.
I remember there was a time where, like, if you were seen with a tattoo, you were kind of looked at like, oh, that's like a villain, that's a goon, that guy's up to no good.
That's right.
Fast forward to 2026, it seems like very popularized, like where, having tattoos is more like accepted, it's more friendly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can you kind of elaborate a little bit on those early days of like where people were looking at tattoo as kind of like at a negative outlet?
Yeah, so I do supplies. I'm with Element Tattoo Supply, and we've been around for 24 years now, so we got to see the entire evolution, right? So when we first started, shops were they were closed. In order to get into the shop, you had to go through a bunch of, an apprentice. Those that were tattoo artists, were usually I'm saying, they were either people who just didn't want to finish high school, or just, everyone learns differently, right? And so, and then people getting tattoos, the people who are getting tattoos at the time were just people who are, same deal, just trying to figure out life. People that are going through their challenges, right? And then as you fast forward, people start recognizing, appreciating the art. You've got a lot of talented people entering the industry. No longer do you have to be a high school dropout in order to do this. We're starting to see people with degrees, actual degrees, that are changing their professions. And so with all that, it actually brings and enhances the industry, right? We've got people who, are bringing in their style, their knowledge, their specialties, and so overall it changes the whole industry dynamics. And so because of that, now you're bringing in a different line of clientele. Now we're starting to see doctors, police officers, anybody. I mean, it's actually kind of strange. Like, if you don't have a tattoo, now you stand out, right? Yeah.
Tattooing goes back to our ancestors, right? Early days of life, right? Is that something that you have ever like encountered as far as like studying that type of tattoo style? Like, does that bring any significance to you in 2026?
Personally, no, but there are a lot of tattoo styles out there. There's Filipino tribal, there's just Samoans, but yeah, there's many facets with the tattoo industry, which I also think which makes the industry so fascinating, right? It's not just getting a tattoo. People feel like, if you work hard, you do really good tattoos, that's all you need. No, you actually need to have a connection with your clients. You need to have some meaning behind it with the cultural stuff. All of that comes together. And just like in life, everything is in balance.
And also the innovation of it, right? Because the industry keeps to innovate. Like, I remember back then we didn't have no numbing cream or anything to like make the process a little smoother. So now there's just so many options, right?
Yeah, there are a lot of options, and it's interesting though, despite all the options, we always tend to go back to the basics, right? We went from pens to coils, now we're back to coils. Now you have a hybrid, just like any technology, we just, the technology has to solve a solution, right? And a lot of times, simple is better.
I personally want to thank you for everything that you do for this culture. It's amazing to witness it. It's amazing to meet you.
Yeah.
What is next for you as far as what you keep doing? Are we going to see more conventions? Are we going to see more events, or what's next?
Yeah. So our goal really is to. So I told you what our goal was overall. Our goal in terms of operationally. Right now we have 50 booths. Our intent is not to go any bigger than that, right? And the reason is because with 50 booths, it represents a nice chunk of Orange County. As organizers and promoters, it allows us to lock in the booths early and use the remaining time on promoting, on doing our part. Like, they trust in us. Now we need to perform, and our obligation is really those three goals that we talked about. So we're not intending to get any bigger. I think in terms of physical size, but in terms of impact on the community and the industry. Yeah, sky's the limits.
I know we're in Los Angeles County, right? But for some people, they would say Orange County is not LA, Long Beach is not LA, right?
Yeah.
What's one thing you feel the world should know about Orange County tattoo scene?
Orange County is a very diverse county. We bring in a lot of different types of influences. You come here, you can really get the whole gamut, right? LA is exactly the same too, but it's not just black and gray. It's color, it's traditional, it's Filipino, it's tribal, it's all of that stuff. And Orange County does bring an honest and an adequate amount of diversity.
Last question, brother. One piece of advice you could give out to anybody out there pursuing tattoo in 2026.
Pursuing tattooing?
Yeah.
Well, so like if you wake up one day and you feel like you can do this, that means that God gave you that little seed. So my suggestion is just keep pursuing it. Keep what you've got going on in your life, but pursue that with a passion, because that's something that once you have that in your tool belt, nobody's going to take that away, and you can do that all the way to the day you die.
Super dope. Where can the world find you at?
So they can find us at octattoofestivals.org. That's the organization of this convention. Online, IG, TikTok. Yeah, let us show you around. But I'm gonna see this is Charlene. She is our host. I think she would be best fitted to help you kind of walk through all of the different things we have.
Super dope. I look forward to it.
Sure. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so here we have our whole venue space, and what's cool about this is it's really not something that you ordinarily see in a tattoo expo. This is a tattoo festival, so it's different. It's more of a celebration, so you're gonna see chandeliers. It's in a party space, and that's exactly what we want to do, is to celebrate how amazing Orange County's tattoo industry is, because it's so unique from everything else. But around this space here, you'll see I think we have over 60 plus, what was it, Bobby? How many artists?
There's 50 booths. Each booth has 2 that are able to tattoo, but each booth or each shop usually brings in about 6 or 8 artists. So you've got a lot of artists. You've got We advertise 120, but there's probably close to
So you
200.
hear the machine going all day here once everybody's fully loaded.
Oh, and that's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
If you come back here at 2 o'clock, everybody's busy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like the vibe because it feels like it's a convention, right? But we're
It's
not
a
going into like
party.
a corporate convention. We're
No.
going into like a scene where like, yeah,
Exactly.
let's go have some fun type thing.
Yes, and not only that, but it's a lot more intimate. And I think that in this type of like environment and setting, there's so many artists here that have so many different voices. So when you are giving them a space that is smaller, you give them each a unique opportunity to shine and display what they're all about, which is what we want for everybody here. This OC is so different. I started my tattoo industry here 15 years ago in Orange County.
Wow.
And believe it or not, I've been successfully booked out a year plus every time I open up my books, all through word of mouth. I have no website, just an Instagram, but that's what's unique to Orange County. And this is the same thing that I want to make sure that everybody knows about, is that the community, the feeling of like everybody wanting to uplift and support each other, it can be felt throughout this whole space. So once this place builds up a little bit more, it's going to feel crowded, but everyone's going to feel like your brother and your sister.
I think people sleep on Orange County, right? Like, because me being from like the Long Beach Harbor area, they kind of look at us like, yeah, you guys are over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I can
yeah.
kind of resemble that energy of Orange County, where it's kind of
It's
like
different.
a lot of people feel like Orange County, where's that? What is that?
Yes,
You know what I mean? But
yes.
there's culture here.
There's a ton
And
of
it's amazing.
culture. We want to feed you for one. Orange County, we want to feed you and we want to take you in, and then we want to make sure that you're taken care of. And
Yeah.
if you're here, we just want to make sure that you're uplifted to like the highest point. There really isn't competition in the way that you would think. If anything, it's a how can we contribute our unique abilities to raise each other up in a community. And so in the specific tattoo industry, because it's so niche,
Yeah.
you know, it's what's needed for us to all elevate in our platforms together. So that working together, that harmony, that's so specific, especially to
I
Orange
love the
County.
idea how we have this now, right? Because I
Yeah.
think like early on, like maybe like early 2000s, you kind of get a tattoo and they're looking at you like, oh, that's a goon over there. He's up to no good.
Yes.
And now it's like, whoa,
different.
people love it, you know?
Yes, exactly. I mean, you can take a look at over here. This is what I'm working on.
Okay.
Sean, can I show our friends your tattoo? So the piece that I'm working on, you see that there's no stencil. I
Yeah.
completely free-handed this piece. And this is a kind of thing that our opportunity here at the OC Tattoo Festival allows us to do, is to be able to express ourselves. So something that's unique to any of the other expos, I just feel like I can be free to be creative and it's just going to be received so well. So I'm going to be freehanding this whole entire thing today. And I'm
does
genuinely looking forward to working off the energy of this whole building and space.
How does the vision work though? Like when you're going into something like this, do you kind of like let your mind flow? Is there a certain color palette that you usually go to? Like how does that vision become real for you?
That is such a great question because there's so much going on in here. And a lot of the times when I am working on a freehand project, it's going to be a surprise to both myself and the client. So there's a lot of trust involved, a lot of, hey, this is the vision, but where it goes, we'll see where it lands. But just trust that the energy that we work off creatively is going to take us to a place where you and I will both be super happy about it. But there's a lot of like creative decisions that get made on the spot. And honestly, like here, you can hear the music. We're just vibing. And as people are looking around, like at all the other artists, focused and whatnot, we all have our own unique ways of like creating our art. I feel like I just kind of dance and I
Yeah.
just tattoo because it feels like a dance. You
Yeah.
know, I'm just enjoying myself at the end of the day.
That's what
I'm
matters.
just playing.
That's what matters,
Yeah.
having fun. Because
Yeah.
once it's not fun, in my opinion, it's like, I don't want to do it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, but that's the perspective, right? Of like, that's how priceless the perspective is. It's like, your success is in your perspective. How you move about your day and what you end up doing is all beheld in the power of your perspective. Is it going to be good or it's going to be bad? You choose, you know, and you act upon that
And
choice.
it's fair to say that, you know, you gotta fail 100 times
Yeah.
before you can develop a win.
Yes, you got to be good at losing and falling
Yeah.
and just getting back up.
That's the part of the grind, right? Like we lose 100 times, but once you get that first win from that 100 losses, you're like, yes.
Yes, you know that exactly. Exactly. You guys want to check out some more of
Sure.
this space
Let's
up
go.
here? All right, so this is kind of fun. You don't really see this at conventions, but there's like a king queen throne up here, and in this space here, we are judging all the tattoos at the end of the day. There's tons of contests here from best black and gray, best color, and all the different ranges of styles that there are in tattoo art, and this all gets judged here. So by the end of the night, this whole space is going to be filled up with a crowd of people, just really seeing this as a live art gallery. So instead of going to like a museum where you see the art on the walls and the canvases, which is such an equally fun experience, right? But you're seeing it on somebody's like talking, breathing, communicating with you, you know, like working with you. So I think that's what's unique, is that people strut their stuff up here and the win is both for the artist and their canvas, because it is tough to get tattooed and it's also tough to tattoo.
How do you guys go about judges? Do you guys pick them like randomly, or how do you guys go about picking the judge?
So picking the judge, or okay, so I mean, normally we want a panel that is versed in a few different things, so that way we can gather the perspectives of each person. Maybe somebody's a little bit more technically versed versus somebody who has a little bit more knowledge in color theory, and then how another artist maybe focus mostly on composition. So making sure that we have like a well-rounded panel assures for us to be able to see all angles and aspects of a tattoo and judge it fairly. And all of us, most of us, I would say, are tattoo artists. So we know what we're looking for. We know the work that comes behind every tattoo, the heart that comes behind it too. So it's not something so passive where it's like, nah, it's good or it's bad. We know the intention of like, oh, this person planned this from start to beginning, and not only was able to finish it, but was able to work with their client to help coach them through the process, because there is pain involved, you know, and an environment like this where there's a lot of people as well, you know, that's a whole other element to add to this whole thing. So I would say tattoo conventions are unique, and if you haven't been, like, you just have to come to experience it for yourself.
You gotta come check it out.
You have to come.
Come get a tattoo.
That's right, yes.
Check out the supply, sit on the throne chair, feel like a boss for a second.
That's exactly it.
But again, I want to thank you for the tour. It was super fun. It's dope. I love the energy here. Just walking in here, I feel like, tie me up right now.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, let's go.
Where can the world find you at before we get out of here?
You can find me on Painted Hearts, Painted, H-A-R-T-S. I'm Charlene Ngo. I was featured on season 15 of Ink Master. You can watch it on Paramount Plus.
Yo, what's up guys? Today we're out here with a man that has a very positive message behind the product he's pushing today. I'm here standing next to
Chris Latore, Bishop Tattoo Supply.
Tell me a little bit about that foundation that you're supporting today.
Yeah, so we have Hope vs. Cancer. It's a great foundation. They fund pediatric cancer research. They go across the country actually and give these little organic vegan tattoos to kids in pediatric hospitals that have cancer. So we created this little machine in collaboration with them. Every sale we make on this machine, $100 goes straight to the foundation to help kids battling, you know, cancer, and hopefully, you know, give them a little bit of hope.
That's such a great thing, you know, to any kid that's going through such an epic situation like that. That's something that they can't control, to bring some joy to them, right?
Absolutely.
To where, like, I could feel what it feels to have a tattoo, temporary,
Yeah.
and get that laughter for that second, right?
Absolutely.
And what is that? How does the idea come about for something like that?
You know, I think the tattoo industry in itself, it's supposed to be like a symbol of, you know, hope, right? So I think that, you know, just giving this to kids it's a feel-good thing. It's you want you know, the industry to be something that you could feel good about, and I think that's what, you know, this collaboration is about.
What pushes you to pass on this message, to carry a positive message through the foundation, through selling the product, and to be able to help the foundation? Where does that passion come from for you?
You know, throughout my life, I think that battling through adversity has been a big thing for me. And so just to be able to help, you know, kids in that situation, I think it's something to wake up and feel good about.
If someone wants to buy this online to support the cause, how can they get a hold of it?
You go to bishoptattoosupply.com. and you go to the machine little section, and it should be actually one of the first machines you see. And again, $100 goes directly to the foundation for every sale that we make.
And you guys also sell other type of supply, right? Not just the machine?
Correct.
So you guys are fully loaded, so if anybody needs tattoo supply, you're the man.
Correct, that's right.
Do you guys have a storefront?
Yeah, we have one in Lake Forest, California.
Awesome. Where can the world find you at, brother?
Personally, for me,
I want to meet the guy.
you can find me at the infamous Twigs on Instagram, Twigs with a Z.
Till next time, make sure to check out what they got going on. It's a good cause, trying to help the children. Nothing but love. Estamos aquí en vivo en Orange County at the OC Tattoo Festival. Estoy aquí con
Blader, Leo.
¿Me pueden platicar un poquito del estilo de tatuaje que ustedes es lo que tatúan?
Pues yo normalmente me especializo más en black and gray, realismo, hago color también, pero ahorita realmente me estoy especializando más en el realismo.
Igual me especializo más en black and gray, casi color no lo hago, casi siempre hago como más realismo y todo eso, solo esa especialidad, no letras, no nada de eso, pero sí las puedo hacer, pero no me...
Para toda la gente aquí en los Estados Unidos que no entienden la cultura de tattooing en México, ¿qué es algo que ustedes pueden decirnos del estilo de tattoo que viene de México?
Pues la verdad siento que los tatuadores mexicanos tenemos mucha pasión por el arte, tenemos mucha cultura, que es lo que nos enriquece más nuestro estilo, porque siento que tenemos buenas influencias, tenemos una cultura del tatuaje, del arte en general, muy, muy grande. So, yo pienso que eso es lo que nos enorgullece mucho a nosotros y siento que el mundo está viendo los tatuadores mexicanos que tienen mucha pasión. Y yo creo que el nombre de México está haciéndose más grande en el aspecto del arte y pues yo pienso que eso lo está atrayendo más.
Yo lo que me gusta mucho de la cultura de México es su estilo como azteca. También me gusta tatuar mucho el estilo azteca. Me gusta mucho esa cultura de azteca. Es lo que está chida, como aquí la chicana, ¿va? Allá en México me gusta mucho lo que es todo la azteca, todo ese rollo.
Sí, porque la cultura en el tatuaje es algo importante, ¿verdad? Es algo que la gente lo enseña con orgullo, les gusta enseñar, esta es mi cultura, esto es lo que yo soy. ¿Y de qué parte de México son ustedes?
Yo soy de la parte de Coahuila, en un pueblo que se llama San Pedro, Coahuila. Está ahí cerquita de Torreón y pues está chiquito, pero siento que también tiene mucha cultura por el arte.
Yo soy de Puebla, de un pueblo que se llama San Miguel Chaltepec. Y también ahí es como la cultura como más como de los arcángeles.
¿A ti te gustan las semitas pueblanas?
Exactamente.
¿Cómo? A ver, dime de cuáles.
De todas. Pero están muy buenas las semitas.
Sí.
El aceite por Los Ángeles, similares, pero...
Pero no hay nada como el de Puebla, ¿verdad? Empezando en este estilo de tatuaje que ustedes hacen, ¿verdad? ¿Qué es lo que les da la energía de seguir tatuando en 2026 diciendo, ¿sabes qué? Voy a seguir haciendo esto, no me voy a rendir y vamos para arriba?
Pues a mí en lo personal, ahora que ya estoy más o menos como 1 año y medio acá en Los Ángeles, siento que me ha motivado más eso, ver los artistas, estar yendo a las convenciones, ver a mis ídolos en persona, que ellos te motivan. Pienso que eso es lo que me ha sentido un poco más motivado y pues no sé, siento que en el tatuaje no hay como una stop, siento que no terminas de aprender, siento que todo el tiempo estás aprendiendo tanto de las personas como de ti mismo.
Igual, yo lo que me motiva, me gusta mucho esta pasión del arte, ¿va? Pero lo que me motiva a ver como más artistas, más cómo crean más artes diferentes, cada vez se hace un arte muy diferente, como en los años de antes a como ahorita se va evolucionando más realista, cada vez me gusta hacerlo.
¿Y ustedes siguen yendo para atrás a México a los conventions allá a tatuar o ahorita nomás están aquí en Los Ángeles?
Estoy aquí, solo estoy aquí.
Sí, ahorita también estoy ahorita solamente enfocado acá en esta parte, Dios quiera y podamos ir a representar también nuestra arte en nuestro propio país.
Una cosa que ustedes piensen que el mundo tiene que saber de tu estilo de tatuar.
Una cosa que tiene que saber, pues es algo que deben de saber que nosotros estamos trabajando todos los días para dar lo mejor de nosotros, entonces siento que la gente debe de ver lo que hay detrás del tatuador, lo que hay detrás de la historia del tatuador y pues no solamente enfocarse en lo que pueden hacer, sino también lo que podemos aportarles en la vida de ellos y pues siempre tratamos como de aportar un poquito de nuestro estilo en la idea que tiene la persona y pues es como que también las personas pueden saber un poco más de nosotros en la forma de que nosotros tatuamos.
Yo pienso casi lo mismo, ¿va? Pero es que es un arte, ¿va? Que hacemos y como la gente piensa que lo tiene que ver como cuando pinta una pintura uno, ¿va? Es igual lo mismo, como un artista de que pinta igual, todo eso, ¿va?
¿Dónde nos puede llegar al mundo en Instagram?
Me pueden seguir como Blader.95 en el Instagram.
Yo como Leo_.ade en Instagram.
Si están tristes porque perdió la selección, se tienen que esperar 5 años, pero ven a agarrarte un tatuaje, ponte algo para que se te quite el coraje. Hasta la próxima.